Peace, y'all, and welcome to the channel of the Moon's Prophet. We are in a major moment of transition. I've been saying this over and over, and I'm gonna keep saying it. We are in a profound moment of transition. 2 weeks ago, Neptune entered Aries, and in just 3 days, Saturn enters Aries. These are transits that open an entirely new era. And the Aquarius new moon on February 17th, a week from today, is the moment that this new era comes fully online. Feel me? Not only is this new moon the first new moon of Saturn and Neptune in Aries, but also it's a new moon solar eclipse. So it's an initiation into the great age ahead of us. To help y'all fully appreciate the momentousness of this time, I'm gonna tell it to y'all as a story of 6 acts that I'll tell in 6 minutes. Lock in. Act 1. We call all our friends and we invite them to pull up with kindling for a great fire we're gonna create. And they all come. Even the ones we didn't expect, the ones that never leave the house, they come. And they bring wood and dry leaves and things that they are ready to release, like photos and journals and old clothes and whatever it is they feel called to no longer carry. Act 1 was the new moon in Capricorn on January 18th. All the planets pulled up. It was a grand convening. And under that new moon, everything that could burn was put on the hard earth to burn. Act 2, we strike a match and toss it into all that kindling. A fire roars up. Act 2 was Neptune entering Aries on January 26th. Right on cue, the sun experienced once in 2 decades solar storms that sent waves of energy traveling through space that hit the electromagnetic field of the Earth. As Neptune was entering Aries, we received fireballs of energy from the sun. You cannot make this stuff up. Act 3 is when we delight in our fire. Act 3 is when we get our pots and our pans and we teach ourselves to cook over the open flames. We dance around the fire and we make s'mores and we tell stories and we get intimate with heat and smoke and we connect with our joy. Act 3 was the Leo full moon on February 1st. It was a moment of pause and heart connection amid so much planetary activation. Act 4 is when we realize that we love this fire enough to want to make it last. So we gather up more wood and more dry leaves and we build a strong foundation to make our fire bigger and to help it burn brighter and last longer. Act 4 is Saturn entering Aries in 3 days on Friday, February 13th. 4 days after Act 4, Act 5 arrives. Act 5 is what we're talking about today. Act 5 is when the sun goes dark and suddenly the fire we have built is the only light that we have. So we get some more branches and we create torches. And we explore the dark by firelight. And we see things that daylight had kept hidden. and we learn to pull power from the shadows. Act 5 is the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th, a week from today. 3 days after Act 5, Act 6 arrives. Act 6 is when we become a chef over this fire. We make a fabulous feast and we feed all our friends. And we grab our torches and start dancing around the fire and twirling the flames, and it is a spectacular show. We transform the gathering into a fire ceremony. And suddenly, we're in a reality where we have access to powers that we could not have imagined even just a month ago. Act 6 is the Saturn-Neptune conjunction in the first degree of Aries on February 20th. Act 6 is a grand culmination and a grand beginning. Act 6 is a break from everything that came before. Act 6 is the arrival of a paradigm that was previously impossible. And Act 5, the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, is the portal that makes Act 6 possible. Today we are talking about this portal. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. This is the part where we nerd out. I'm about to speak unabashedly about the more technical dynamics of the new moon chart. So please do not worry if you don't understand everything. Just let this energy wash over you, and I'll explain everything as clearly as I possibly can. As y'all can see in the top left of the chart, the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius takes place on February 17th at 6:01 a.m. Central Time. Now, the new moon itself takes place at 28 degrees of Aquarius. You can see the moon here and the sun here. They are conjunct at 28 degrees Aquarius, so they are right up against degree 29, the final degree. It's what we call the anaretic degree. Now, the anaretic degree marks culmination and transcendence. It's where a sign completes itself. It's where the old form exhausts its usefulness and where a new form demands to be born. So right away, we're working with a double signal. This new moon carries strong initiatory energy, as well as the energy of a major book closing. Big endings and big beginnings go together. They're two sides of the same phenomenon. As well, Venus and the North Node are close by, participating fully in this new moon. So Venus is here, and the North Node is right next door, right beside Venus here, and they are both in Pisces. With Venus and the North Node this close, this new moon is very clear about its direction. It's drawing us toward a future that is actively seeking us. In other words, what you want under this new moon wants you back. And on the other side of this new moon, we have Mars nearby at 19 degrees Aquarius. This tells us that this new moon is an initiation of courage, agency, and action. And with this new moon arriving just days after Saturn enters Aries, it is both the ignition and the integration of a new era. This is especially potent because Mars in Aquarius and Saturn in Aries are in mutual reception. You can see Saturn in Aries right here, and then Mars, where we just were, right there. They're in mutual reception, so that means that they are in dialogue. So discipline and courage are feeding each other. The fire is learning how to hold itself. As well, This new moon is squaring Uranus over here in Taurus. You can see Uranus at the bottom of the chart in Taurus. Uranus stationed direct on February 3rd. So for the past few months, pressure has been building underground, and now that pressure is ready to move. It is no accident that Uranus stopped its retrograde cycle before Saturn enters Aries, and while we have this much Aquarian energy active, Aquarius receives power from both Saturn and Uranus, so this new moon is plugged into both structure and disruption at the same time. Y'all, this geometry is how revolutions stabilize. It's how futures take form. So now we're gonna zoom out. When a solar eclipse is near the North Node, there is a strong sense of destiny. The nodes describe the arc of where we have been and where we are going. The North Node pulls us toward timelines that are aligned with our highest evolutions. The North Node signals growth that stretches identity. It's growth that resets our priorities. It's growth that activates parts of us we didn't know were waiting. So when the sun and moon meet by the North Node, timelines shift. The path reorganizes. The next big book of your life asserts itself. And yes, I said book, not chapter, because we are entering a new era. So what's happening is not a plot twist. It's an entire change of genre, scene, and narrative. Now, solar eclipses coincide with power outages and resets, both symbolically and literally, because when the light is interrupted, systems recalibrate, signals scramble, and structures pause and reboot. This power outage is not a failure, it's a feature. The field destabilizes because it is reorganizing. The future feels unclear because it is still forming. And if that weren't enough to tell us that this new moon is the start of something really big, well, know that this eclipse, this new moon solar eclipse, is also taking place on the Lunar New Year. So this new moon is actually the beginning of the year for folks who observe the lunar calendar. This is not the same as the Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year aligns to the Lunar New Year. Observing the moon to mark a new beginning is one of humanity's oldest shared practices. Across cultures and continents, ancient people aligned their calendars to the new moon nearest the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. In this way, they honored the generative power of night. So, we have a new moon, we have a solar eclipse, we have a nodal activation, and we have the ceremonial turning of the year. And what makes this eclipse even more exceptional, as if that weren't enough, is the fact that it is the first new moon of Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Because Aquarius receives power from Saturn, every Aquarian new moon works with Saturnian energy, but this time Saturn has just entered Aries. So this Aquarius new moon is sourcing fire directly from Aries. The fire is feeding the future. This new moon is not just happening during the era of Saturn in Aries, it is initiating us into it. This is the first lunar reset wired into Saturn's new landscape, drawing from Aries frequencies of courage, ignition, and forward motion. As well, there is Uranus. Aquarius also receives power from Uranus, so the tight square to Uranus tells us that this initiation will not be gentle. Squares generate force. It's pressure that wants movement and friction that demands change. Uranus is a planet that breaks patterns. It dissolves outdated futures. It opens doors that we didn't know existed. So, under this new moon, we are being supported in breaking away from whatever no longer serves us. Whatever you have been trying to release during these final days of Saturn in Pisces can complete its exit here. This is a cleansing lunation. It's a clearing of static. It's a liberation of the mind. And because Uranus carries disruption and surprise, the weeks following this eclipse may bring sudden shifts, sudden accelerations, and major quantum leaps. Y'all, this is the energy of liberation. We are breaking free under this new moon. We are awakening to the truth that whatever chains we're experiencing, they're in our minds. And it's up to us to change our minds in order to change our realities. Now, one of the ways we work through this new moon is by connecting with community. Uranus is a planet of community and of networks and of collective evolution. So this initiation invites you to find your people, to move with others who are also transforming, and to remember that the future is built together. This new moon in Aquarius is asking you to step forward, to release what no longer fits, and to align with a future worthy of your precious life force energy. Can y'all feel that I'm feeling this energy? I am feeling this energy because the fire has already been lit by Neptune entering Aries. The only question that remains for us is, how will we tend this fire? How will you tend this fire? Take that question with you. Let it work on you. And I'll see you on the other side. I send y'all courage, compassion, clarity, and many blessings. Until next time.